Well, we saw that there was no way for any of the teams to talk with each other and communicate with ideas. So we decided to make a place where, all the teams could just share ideas, and collaborate with each other.
We thought it'd be really neat if we had a place where we could go out and ask questions, share with other teams, see what they're working on. There was no way to communicate between the teams before the forum was up there.
Google Lunar X Prize is very revolutionary because nobody has really gone to the moon 90% privately funded, so this is very extraordinary that they can empower people to do this sort of thing.
Prizes encourage people to do what they couldn't do normally before. For example, one of the first X Prizes was be able to send a spaceship into space and have it do that 2 times, so it had to be reusable. Before, only governments with a huge budget could do that, but now we're learning, hey, private companies can.
Moonbats kind of made it all seem more realistic for lunar exploration, even though we're doing it with Lego robotics. Just the challenges that we had to overcome helped me in my mindset about how possible lunar exploration really is.
At the start of the competition, we already knew each other pretty well, but by the end, we were able to work with each other more efficiently.
Well, we were an experienced team, and we all knew each other, had worked together, we knew our strengths, so that's kind of how we picked the team, was teamwork was already in place. But then as we went through, we started specializing in things that we do best.
I think the teamwork aspect really strengthened, even though we were all teammates before and we all knew each other, we didn't just walk into this trying to get along together. We were all personalities that really meshed well.
Our team has so many robots is because we started out with one design and we figured it was good, but it wasn't good enough. So we kept adding on to it, and eventually we came out with 7 or 8 different robots.
The Ackerman steering steers one of the wheels a little bit further than the other one because the inner radius of the circle is much smaller than the outer radius where the tires are. So it doesn't start, so the wheels don't start jumping when they're making the turn.
Our robot has a pivoting center so that our robot can easily traverse all of the challenge course because all 4 wheels are always touching.
The 4-wheel drive, coupled with the independent suspension, will keep the wheels on the ground and all 4 of them will be powered so that we're not actually dragging anything to make it.
4-wheel drive we found was very important to make sure that we could get over the ridge walls, over the crater walls. It allows the front wheels to be pulling with the back pushing so we can get over, and then the same happens when the back is trying to get over. Without it, we just couldn't get reliable travel over the ridge walls.
Somebody had the idea of having a 4-wheel drive, but then we realized that we only have 3 motor ports. But then we remembered that the RCX can have as many motors as it wants. So we took these RCX to NXT converters, plugged it into our motor ports, and we were able to have as many motors on one motor port as we wanted.
One of the things that we had a challenge with was figuring out how to make a 4-wheel drive. To gear multiple wheels together, especially when they're steering, is very, very difficult to do. And so we wanted to put 4 individual wheels. The NXT only can drive 3 motor ports. And so we discovered that by taking an NXT wire out to an RCX converter and then converting from the RCX back to 4 NXTs, we could literally drive 4 wheels simultaneously off of one NXT port.
We're using LabVIEW because in the past we've used RoboLab and we've found it to be far more sophisticated than NXTG and have quite a bit higher capability. So when we heard that we weren't allowed to use RoboLab, we just upgraded to the LabVIEW, and it's so far been actually much better than RoboLab even.